Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal match preview time. It's Carabao Cup time. We'll be talking about Arsenal against Newcastle. But first, I'm actually happy today. I'm very, very happy today. Why am I happy? I'm happy because Man United played well today. That sounds so wrong saying that. That sounds so wrong. I'm happy because Man United played well today. It feels very, very. I feel dirty saying that. Please, the football gods, please forgive me. But yes, our week was not great. Obviously, drawing with Brighton, it wasn't disastrous. We beat Brentford, but we drew with Brighton, which could have turned out disastrous if Liverpool won that game. But United took points away from Liverpool, so it's still 6 points. Hopefully, it stays at 6 points for now. But now the focus turns to the cup competitions. There's no Premier League game this week. The next Premier League game will be like in 10 days. So the focus now turns to the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And yes, United have helped us today. They've come through for us today, drawing with Liverpool. So the week is not as bad as it could have been, but the week still could be, very, very good, or it could be very, very bad. Like it could go both ways. If we go ahead and beat Newcastle in the first leg and beat Man United and progress to the fourth round of the FA Cup, very, very good week. But if you don't beat Newcastle at home in the first leg and then, something really bad happens, you get knocked out by United in the FA Cup third round at home next week, that would be very, very disastrous. So I'm hoping it goes the fast way. We beat Newcastle and we beat United. That would be great. So those away games we've played against Brentford and Brighton. Those are the last away games for quite some time. I think we have like 5 or 6 home games in a row. Yep, we are going to play Newcastle at home, and then we are playing against Man United at home, and then we'll play Tottenham at home in the Premier League. We also have another home game against Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League, and I think there's another one I've forgotten. But yeah, we have a lot of home games coming up this next 2-3 weeks. We now need to win those games, and the first one is this Newcastle game. Now, we talked about Arsenal and Brighton recently, where we said we usually pick up points at Brighton, but Brighton usually pick up points at our place. This season it was both draws, but Newcastle, it's usually the way you'd expect it to be usually in football. Whenever we go to Newcastle, we have a tough time. Those early kickoffs, late kickoffs, they're usually tough. But whenever they come to our place as well, they usually have a tough time. So that means we have to have an advantage by the time we go to Newcastle in next month. It's not anytime soon. It's after like 3 weeks. That's when you're going to play the second leg. So we need to win this game. This is a game we need to win. We cannot allow. And Newcastle have been playing very well. Fair play to them. They've been playing really, really well. They've picked up big results against Leicester, Ipswich, big wins, and they've beaten Man United. I think they beat which team did they beat recently? I think was it Aston Villa? I think they beat Aston Villa as well. They also beat us and Chelsea some like a couple of months ago as well. So they've already beaten us this season. We cannot let them get anything out of this game. This game is a must win. A goal advantage would be great, but I have a feeling that we need a 2-goal advantage. Whenever we go to their place, they usually beat us by 1 goal most of the times. So we need to go there with a 2-goal advantage. But any win I'll take. When I trust our defense, if we have a 2-goal lead, I trust our defense to go and shut it down over there. But we cannot have Newcastle leading 2-1 or anything like that going to their place. It will make the work difficult. Anything can happen. Newcastle could beat us this week and then we beat them at their place next month. You never know how it goes. Football is football. Any football could football this week. Anything could happen. But ideally, you want to win the first leg and then go into the second leg having an advantage, and boom, in the Carabao Cup final at Wembley. I predicted us to win the Premier League and the Carabao Cup this season. I said I wanted those 2 trophies this season. We need to win trophies. I'm not looking at the Carabao Cup like, it's just, we have to win those trophies. And I was hoping for at least 2 trophies this season, and you cannot throw a competition away when you're in the semi-final. If you win it, you're going to face Tottenham or Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, and we have a good record at Wembley. Maybe not in the Carabao Cup, but recently we have a good record in the Carabao Cup. So let's hope we can get the job done. Now, Newcastle, as I said, they've been playing really, really well. They're going to be missing a couple of players for this one. Bruno Guimaraes is suspended and Shai is suspended. And I think Botman went off the last game with, I think, cramps. So I'm not sure if he's going to be 100% fit for this game because he had missed a lot of months before that. If they don't have both Botman and Shah, then that is an area we should take advantage of because they'll probably play Ban and Kelly at centre-back. In terms of the fullbacks, Hall has been very, very good for them this season. Lewis Hall, absolutely incredible this season in terms of defensive and also attacking wise, very good. And then obviously we know about the forward players. You have to watch out for Isaac, a player that we want. You have to watch out for Gordon for sure, and anyone else who plays Barnes, Murphy, all of those guys. You have to watch out for them. Luckily, Bruno Guimaraes is also not in midfield, so they'll have to bring someone else on, either Willock or Longstaff, anyone else. So they don't have, they're missing a couple of very important players, and it could be three if Botman is missing. Now, we are not in a great position as well. Recently, Nwaneri has picked up an injury as well. I don't think he's going to be in this game, and he was our best player the last two games. Saka is obviously out. Sterling, the backup for Saka, is also out. And then Timber is back. Luckily, I think defensively, okay, midfield was okay as well. But forward line, we have a massive, massive problem. I did not like Martinelli's Camilla try-twing against. I didn't get to do a reaction for that match, but Martinelli try-twing, he absolutely annoyed me. Like, he could not take on players. He looked out of place completely. Now, I don't have a problem with Martinelli playing on the left side. If he starts side of Trossard, no problem. But if Martinelli has to play on the right side, that would be a massive problem. So I'm hoping that we do have Havertz back for this game, and then I would probably play Jesus on the wing. So we'll talk about the lineup a bit later. I'm hoping that is the case because we don't have too many other options. Like if one of those players gets injured, problems. We literally don't have anyone else to play there. So both teams will be missing players. We are missing more players than them. But this is a home game. We have to take advantage. We have to win this game. And Newcastle themselves, they want to win a trophy. It's been very long for them since they won a trophy. Probably most of the fans that are watching Newcastle right now, less than 50 years of age, none of them have ever seen Newcastle lifting a trophy. So most of them want Newcastle to finally win a trophy. So they'll definitely take this competition seriously. And if we end up facing like a Tottenham in the final, they'll end up taking the competition seriously as well. So it's not going to be easy. We're going to need three big results in this cup to win this cup. In this competition to win this cup, the first leg, the second leg, and the final. But we can't be talking about the final before we cover the semi-final first. So I don't think our record has not been bad so far this season. We've only lost 3 games: Inter Milan, Brentford, Brighton. Most of the performances have not been that great, but there's still been some solid performances, especially away from home, like Aston Villa away, Tottenham away, Man City away, Atlanta away. It wasn't great, but you picked up a draw. I think Inter Milan away played well, but you lost to a penalty in that game. Brentford recently played well. Brighton, unlucky not to get the win yesterday, but I didn't expect us to get more than 1 goal in that game after I saw the lineup. So hopefully in this game at home, something can change and we can take advantage of them missing those centre backs and score a couple of goals in this game. Listen, ideally you'd want to win 3-0 and then just park the bus, but it's not going to be easy. With Isaac and Gordon, they're probably going to score, so we just need to have an advantage going to their place. So which kind of lineup would I go for in this game? As I said, we don't have too many players to choose from. So this is the lineup I have for this one. Let me do this. So in terms of the goalkeeper, it's obviously rare. We don't have any other option. Neto cannot play in the Carabao Cup for us, and he can't play Sedford. Sedford up against Isaac. That is not a duel I'd fancy. Defensively, I've brought in Lewis Kelly at left back. Calafiori was, I had a lot of people saying Calafiori wasn't great against Brighton, but I think he was really good, especially in the first half. He was winning almost all his duels, the second balls, all that. He was winning a lot of that. And he didn't look 100% comfortable going forward, but he was okay in a couple of situations, winning us a few corners here and there. But in this one, I'm going to bring back Lewis Kelly. Defensively, I'm going to go strong, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber. Now, last time when we played against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, both Gabriel and Saliba didn't play. I think we had Timber and Kiwi at centre back. I don't think we can do that against Isaac, unless they're resting Isaac, which I don't think they will. Now, unluckily for us, we have Man United over the weekend, and I think Newcastle have like a lower league team. I'm not sure which team they're playing in the Carabao or in the FA Cup, but they can afford to play their players right now and rest them in the FA Cup. So for us, unfortunately, we don't have that privilege. We have Newcastle United and Tottenham in 7 days. So we have to play fully all that. But in the semi-final, you have to take it seriously. So Gabriel, Saliba, Timber for me at the back. And then hopefully over the weekend, maybe play a Calafiori against Man United. Hopefully most of our players are back. Zinchenko will have to play some game, either the Champions League against Dinamo or one of the Premier League games coming up. We can't play players every single game. There's a lot of games coming up. So that would be my back four. Midfield-wise, Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. So let me say something about Partey at right back. this is how I feel about Partey at right back. I don't think Partey plays badly for Arsenal at right back. Partey plays really well, actually. Like against Liverpool, and there's another game where he played at right back, and I gave him like 9 out of 10. He was really, really good. So I don't look at Partey at right back and say, oh my goodness, Partey at right back is a disaster. Now, why I look at Partey at right back and I'm like, oh no, is whenever we move Partey from midfield, that is where we suffer. So I don't have a problem with Partey playing at right back, but where the problem comes in is when you remove Partey from midfield, we suffer in midfield. So that is why it has to play in midfield. But whenever Partey plays at right back, if we have control of the midfield, I'm usually okay with Partey playing at right back. But the fact that whenever we remove him from the midfield, we lose a bit of control, he has to be in that midfield. So thankfully, Timber is back. So that is who I have in midfield: Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. Odegaard didn't play. He didn't play the entire. He came on against Brighton. He didn't look good at all. He's half sick as well, so hopefully he has recovered. Rice as well plays for me. He was rested against Brentford, so I think they're good to go. Forward line is the interesting one. So as I said, this would be my forward line: Martinelli, Havertz, and Jesus on the right. So that would be my forward line. Yes, you can say Jesus up front because he scored against Crystal Palace in the last round, but Havertz for me comes in. He's also scored a lot of goals in the Carabao Cup this season so far, and I think Jesus is more comfortable on the right than what Martinelli is, as we've seen Jesus playing on the right against Man City before, for example, last season, and he played really well. So that is what I'm going to have up front. Now, if Havertz is still not yet fit, then there's nothing else we can do. The only other option is to bring in Trossard to the team and then play him on the left, Martinelli on the right. We literally would not have any other option at all. So unless you play without wingers and you just go with a solid front two with Havertz, okay, Havertz is not there. So if Havertz is not there, maybe just go with the front two and play Trossard and Jesus and then leave Martinelli on the bench. I don't know, but we have to play with wingers. So Martinelli, Jesus, and Havertz. Now I feel like he's going to play Martinelli on the right side because of his defensive work. That wing has Hall and Gordon, who've been very, very good for them. So I think he'll still go with Martinelli on the right side for his defensive work against those two. But for me, I'm going Martinelli left, Jesus right, and then on the bench we will have players like Trossard, Jorginho, Merino, Tierney, Zinchenko, Kivio, Calafiori, a lot of options, and then a couple of youngsters like Kabia maybe and someone else. But I think Nwaneri will miss the game with the injury. I don't think he'll make it. So unfortunately, we are missing a lot of forward players. That is all we have. We have no other option. If Havertz is out, Trossard plays, and we literally do not have anyone else on the bench to come on, even if you're struggling. So this is a must-win game. The other game, when you go to their place, different. If we need to defend, our defense is very, very good, the best in the league. So I'd be happy. I'd be happy with going there with a lead and just shutting it out, trying to get one goal over there. But this one, we have to win. This one, you have to go for it, and you have to win this game because they're going to be turned up at their place. So that is my lineup. That is what do you think of the game? My prediction for this first leg: I don't know if you're going to get a 2-goal lead. I'm going to go with the win, but I'm going to go with where it is going to be close. I'm going to predict a close game. So I'm going to say Arsenal 2, Newcastle 1. I would love a 3-1. I'd love a 2-0 if possible, but I think they're going to get a goal. They've been on fire attacking wise. So I think Isaac will probably score someone like that. So 2-1, I'm going to go with Jesus to score and Martinelli to score. Let's go with the two Brazilians, Jesus and Martinelli, and then probably Zach for them. So 2-1 win for Arsenal. Let's hope we do in this game. Another big game coming up over the weekend against Man United, and then Tottenham next week, and then someone else, and then we'll play against Dinamo Zagreb. A lot of home games coming up. Let's hope we can get some W's, starting with this one. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch up with you on the next one.